Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Zach Cox, and today what I got for you is the top 10 best Rockstar games ever created. And I was inspired not only by you guys, but by Watch Mojo's video on this, so hopefully you guys find the video enjoyable. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let's go for over 2,000 likes on this video, and also be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know your list of the top 10 best Rockstar games. I read through every single comment, so I'm very eager to see what you guys have to say. And lastly, don't forget that this is my personal list and my opinion, so please respect that just like I respect all of your guys' opinion. And with that said out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with the top 10 best Rockstar games. Starting the list off, we have a 3D beat-em-up game released in 2005 by Rockstar Games, of course, and it's called The Warriors. And it's actually based off of a real-life movie by the same name that was released in 1979. And the game is almost a perfect rendition of this movie, except it's in a video game. It takes place in 1979, as well as it's somewhat of a prequel, which takes place a few years before the movie, which is pretty cool, and it revisits both of those. And basically, we're in New York City, and we are a street gang wrongly accused of killing a rival gang leader, and we need to make our way from one end of New York, from our rival's turf, to the other side of the city, which is our turf, and the only thing that stands between us and surviving is 20 miles and thousands of street gang members. And throughout the game, we get to tag our own turf, take it over, beat up these just armies of gangs in an attempt to own the streets and take them over, making it a very fun and very exciting game. And actually last year in July 2016, the game was ported over to the PlayStation 4 and it's now available to play on that. So if you got a PS4, I definitely recommend you guys check this game out. The next game we have is Smuggling Run, one of the very first games developed for the PlayStation 2 in 2000, and it was developed by Angel Studios, which is now Rockstar San Diego, and it's actually also a part of Sony's greatest hit series of games, meaning that this game for the PS2 reached a particular sales milestone, which is just high numbers. It sold a lot of copies to get and be a part of Sony's greatest hits, so that's pretty cool. And the game itself is very simple, and that's what I've loved about it, just the sheer excellence and simplicity of the game. That's what's always made it one of my favorites. Basically, you're new to a smuggling gang, and your objective is to smuggle cargo through 3 different biomes. You've got the forest, desert, snow, and you've got about 10 different missions per level. And in all of these missions, you have to evade border control, CIA, and rival smuggling gangs, and you just got to get to your checkpoint. And like I said before, just a very simple game, which is something you can never go wrong with, and ultimately just never gets tiring. Next up, we have Midnight Club Los Angeles. Released in 2008, this game is part of the Midnight Club series, very popular by Rockstar Games. It'd be cool to get a new one, but this one out of all of them has always been my favorite. It takes place in the streets of Los Angeles. We get to explore this, and I've always found it cool that it's not a fictional LA. It's scaled down a little bit, but we've got various landmarks such as the Hollywood sign and buildings, and it's cool because it's not fictional like in GTA 5 where we got the Vinewood side and stuff. And also, fun fact, the game is run on the same engine that GTA 4 is, so we've got essentially GTA 4 graphics in an open world racing game, and you can't really go wrong with those two things right there. And on top of that, the game features a variety of pretty cool and awesome customization options for your vehicles, making it overall just a very, very awesome racing game. And like I stated before, Rockstar, if you're listening to this, please consider making a new Midnight Club game. Moving along, we have LA Noire, a neo-noir detective action-based adventure video game released in 2007. And if I'm correct, I believe this game was actually developed by Team Bondi and then published by Rockstar Games. So Rockstar really didn't create this game. They published it, but I'm still going to include it in this video because it's a great game in my opinion, and also at the same time, one of Rockstar's most underrated games. At times, this game can be frustrating, but at times it can also be very intensifying, and I've overall just had so much fun with it in the past. It takes place in Los Angeles in 1947. The plot is very great, the build up to the ending is great, and it's also sad. I'm not going to spoil that for you guys who haven't played it, but it actually is available on PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360, so if you haven't played it, definitely check it out. It's definitely worth your time. Now we have Rockstar's most controversial game ever released, and Because of its graphical violence, this game was banned in numerous countries and almost taken off the shelves in the United States, and some stores refused to sell this game. And basically, we play as James Earl Cash in Carcer City. The game was released in 2003, and it's just a very creepy game overall. It's just scary, and Carcer City is actually mentioned in the GTA series, but playing as James Earl Cash, we go around executing people in the most violent ways possible, which is definitely responsible for all the controversy surrounding the games. But if you think something's too violent, then don't play it. And also, the game has a sequel that was released in 2006 called Manhunt 2. If you just like the gore and want to see more of this, you can play the sequel. Nonetheless, Manhunt is a pretty cool game. I enjoyed it. Very creepy, very scary, and I like stuff like that. So if you haven't played Manhunt, I definitely advise you to check it out. If you can't get a hold of the game, watch it on YouTube. This next game I feel obligated to include in the video. While I may not have been the biggest fan of GTA 3 because I actually played it 2 years after it came out, and I've been more of a fan of Vice City, this game is a pioneer for not only open world 3D games, but for also Rockstar games. Rockstar had been developing games years prior to GTA 3, but I definitely think this game helped land them on the radar and make Rockstar into the company that they are today. Because of GTA 3, the GTA series has evolved into everything that we know and love so much with it today, and with that, I feel it deserves a spot in this video. This next game is without a doubt one of Rockstar's greatest masterpieces and undeniably deserves a sequel, and actually here recently we've gotten a few leaks, but they haven't been confirmed yet. And this is Bully, where we play as a mischievous schoolboy, stand up to bullies, get picked on by teachers, play pranks, win or lose girlfriends, and ultimately learn to navigate the obstacles of the worst school grounds ever, Bullworth Academy, a corrupt and crumbling prep school with an uptight facade. The game is awesome. I've played it from the day it came out, even up until recently. I actually have a playthrough of it on the channel. If you guys have never played Bully before or watched any videos on it, you can find that down below in the description. Very awesome game, and you know, it's a little bit different than what we're normally used to with Rockstar games. We actually play as a kid, and this was a bit controversial because you're playing as a kid, and because of Rockstar Games' notorious history with violence and whatnot. Nonetheless, this game is awesome. Like I said at the beginning, it would be awesome to get a sequel. We need that to happen, so please, Rockstar, answer our prayers. We need this to happen, like, now. Now, one of my favorite video game series of all time is the Max Payne series, and unfortunately, Max Payne 1 and 2 were not developed or released by Rockstar. They were developed by Remedy Entertainment, so we're going to leave them out of this video, but we have the third installment in the series, and that's Max Payne 3, and it was developed by Rockstar Games. We play as Max Payne, this failed NYPD detective, police officer, and he's lost his family, he's lost everything. He's a depressed man who loves to kill, and everything about the Max Payne games are perfect in my opinion, from the dialogue to the planned out cutscenes, the puns. It's literally a video game masterpiece, and I've always thought it would be cool if Max Payne 3 had free roam and if we could roam around, but it doesn't. But that doesn't mean that we can't replay the missions in roleplay. Roleplaying is one of my favorite things to do in video games. I create scenarios and pretend I am Max Payne running around killing people, and I have played missions on repeat for hours upon hours. Call me a big old geek because of that, but it's fun. And one of my favorite things about Max Payne 3 is the gore and the violence. Like when you shoot somebody, you can see the bullet hole and all that kind of crazy stuff. And it's just one of my favorite things in the game. I know I'm probably psycho and gonna get sent to the psycho ward because of that. I can't help it, and I wish other games would implement this kind of stuff into them. Now, the second to last game we have is Grand Theft Auto 5, and this game definitely revolutionized the GTA series. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide if it's the best GTA or not, but this game literally ties every aspect of every Grand Theft Auto game into one. And at the same time, it also added in a bunch of brand new features that had never been seen before. From the trio of protagonists to strangers and freaks to underwater exploration and checking out everything underneath the ocean in GTA 5, big details, minor details, and even with the implementation of a first-person mode, which has never been done in any Grand Theft Auto game. It's sheer excellence and sheer perfection. And last but not least, we have one of the best old Western games ever released, and this is Red Dead Redemption, where we play as John Marston, a former outlaw looking for a new life in 1911 America. And after John and his family's freedom is threatened by the government, Marston is sent across the America West to help uphold the law and achieve redemption. And just a very great game, an epic masterpiece, and what's even better is that Red Dead Redemption 2 is on the horizon, and we're once again going to be able to return to the Old West, and I don't know if it's possible for Rockstar to top this game, but my fingers are crossed, and I definitely hope that this is possible. Well guys, there you go. That's my list of the top 10 best Rockstar games ever released. If you did enjoy the video and feel it's worthy of a like, be sure to help a brother out. Turn that thumbs up button blue. Let's go for over 2,000 likes if you guys want to see some more top 10s. And while we're on the topic of top 10s, be sure to leave your top 10 best Rockstar games down below in the comment section. I read through every single comment, so don't think it's going to go unnoticed. And also be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss out on another daily video game upload. And with that said and out of the way, I believe that's just about it. You guys all take it easy. Have a safe one. My name is Zach Cox, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.